Hey y'all, welcome to Messymissycreates. This is Melissa. I have a fun little project. Yes, I brought out the Christmas. I had a fun little project for us to do today for Let's Make Monday. And I got this idea. I was inspired by a video from Silver and Sparkles. Her name is Pam. And I have really been enjoying watching her make ephemera and journals and things like that here the last week or so, and I wanted a cute little Christmas project, and I'm going to start with this one. I've made a prototype. I didn't use my favorite paper or anything like that to start with because I figured I'd mess it up, but I didn't. It looks like this, and this is a little pocket right here. I don't have anything in here right now, but let's see, right off the bat, I'm not real thrilled with the twine that I chose because it's a little bit brighter colors and the paper is a little bit more muted, but it's what I had on hand. And I used a brad because I had just come across, I went through all my Christmas stuff and I found my brads and different things. She used a different type of fastener, so I'll show you that. But it opens like this. There's a little pocket right here, and it just opens up like this. So this is what we're going to be doing today. Now, she had decorated. She put really pretty paper here and decorated it. I used just kind of counter matching, not counter. I used coordinating paper. Yes, thank you. And because I would, for the journaling type of journaling that I do, and I think some of you do, we want more writing space. Or you could put a picture here and then right below it. These are big enough. Let me get my ruler out. They measure almost 4¼ wide. No, almost 4½ wide by, I believe, 3. Yeah, right at 3 inches tall. And the papers are a little bit smaller, and I inked. I did not have two-sided Christmas paper, so this side was white. That's why I had to add coordinating paper, and I inked the edges because I did not cut the paper to go all the way to the edge. I did that deliberately. And it has 4 little fold-out spots, but this would be a great little journaling spot. You could put a little piece of ephemera here. You open the flap, you drop this down. So if you were to glue this into your journal like this, then you'd open it like this. You could have pictures, you could have journaling spots, you could have put pretty little ephemera. I have some printables here. I'll show you those in a minute. And anyway, then you close it. This is tied onto this brad. You wrap it twice, and then the brad is a little fiddly, and I'll show you that in a minute too, but it does wrap nicely. And that's our finished project. So the finished project ends up being right at 4½ by 3. So this is a great, you could also put this down in a pocket. It is a little bit thick. It depends on how thick a cardstock you use. My cardstock was not very thick, but keep in mind this is 3 or 4 layers of whatever cardstock you use. So, but it was pretty easy to make, and these are some printables. I did not print off the entire kit yet. I've had these for several years, and I just haven't used them. These are more what I would consider to be like junk journaling ephemera, only because they have a little bit more of a vintage feel. These were by the Junk Journal Studio on Etsy. I don't know if she still has these. I would imagine she still has something like it. This one came with like 30 pages of ephemera. It was a great deal. And this is by KB and Friends, which she does some great playful vintage, whimsical vintage. I'm not sure how I would describe it, but it definitely is in the little bit brighter colors, and these are upside down.
So you have a little lamb, jingle bells, make it bright. I was trying to find, because I don't have a lot of ephemera. If I had, for example, like the Tim Holtz Christmas ephemera packs, I would definitely use that here. I don't have, just to show you how to decorate it. If it was mine, like this one, I would use this, and then as I journaled, I would put the ephemera on. But I wanted to show you a finished product, right? A decorated finished product. So I considered, when she made hers, she had one big piece, and for her inside pieces of paper, she had a large, I believe it was a Santa, and she cut this and then tore it. See how it fits exactly in that? So these large pieces of these large papers with the full-size images on that I never know how to use, this is a perfect decorating opportunity. And so I was going to use this, and then I switched gears and just used this pinstripe. But I probably will make one out of this. So I just thought I'd show you that, because that's what she did in hers. But I want to make one that does have significant amount of journaling area. Not just ephemera, but journaling area. Okay, I'm going to zoom you out just a hair, because I'm going to bring the paper cutter in. Now, then I remembered that I looked deep into the crevices of my stash, and I found a couple of these packs that I got from a thrift store a while back. This is called Our Memories for Life. That's not one that I'm familiar with. HeritageMakers.com. Have no idea if they're still in business. I have no idea. So this is just solid paper, and this one is solid as well. And so I remembered that I had these, and I thought, well, if nothing else, I could use a solid red or a solid green. But then I found these polka dots, and I love this lighter green. I love this playful Christmas color. So I think I'm going to use, but I also like this red. This green, I don't have the right ephemera for this light green, so I may wait and make another one down the road with that one. The ephemera that I have just for demonstration purposes today has more of this red in it. Some of these little pieces I might be able to put in that little pocket or something like that. So I'm going to use this red, and the back side of it is a little lighter, and it just has light waves. It's not meant to be Christmas paper. It's just, I think it was called Playful Polka Dots or something like that. So the first thing we're going to do, and it's super easy, is we're going to cut it in half. This only uses a half a sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock. Hold on just a second while I move something out of my way. Okay. And we're going to cut it in half. We're just going to cut it at 6 inches. And this paper is not directional. It doesn't matter what direction. I mean, I guess that could matter, but not for our purposes. So what we're going to do now is we have our 12 by 6 piece of paper. And this is just our base paper. And I think I want it this way, if memory serves me right. But I will be able to determine that in just a minute. We're going to get our scoreboard out. And I still haven't taken the thrift store sticker off of this one. And we're going to score it on the 6-inch side. So we're going to have the shorter side on top. And let me get my little burnishing tool. This is not my favorite scoring tool, but it's the one that came with this board, so I'm using it. you're going to score at 1.5 inches. And this is on the short side, okay? On the 6-inch side, 6-inch side. We're going to score at 1.5. And I have to go slow or I will jump the track, if you know what I mean. So we're going to turn it, and we're going to have the long side on the 12-inch side. We're going to score at 3, 6, and 9. So this is pretty easy. 3, 6, and 9. And now we're done with the scoreboard. Put that up and get that off my desk. And I'm going to fold this, and you don't have to do this. I'm just folding. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to cut away. We're going to cut away. This may matter which side you do it on. Let me think. Give me a second. I have to think. Let's see. So we're going to cut away 3 of these squares. Now, if I cut, I'm trying to decide if, okay, I think I want to cut out these squares. So this will be the inside, right? Because we're going to end up with something that looks like this. So on this one, I cut away these 3. Can you see where they're scored? I think you can. So we're going to cut to the inside of, let me get some better scissors. Pardon. These are just flatter. They're a little bit easier. I'm going to cut to the inside, meaning we're going to cut away the score line. So to the inside of the score line means to the direction of the paper that you're keeping. Does that make sense? Or just cut on the score line. I don't know that it's going to make that much difference. I'm just cutting barely to the inside so that when you are finished, you're not going to see that score line. You're not going to see that beveled section. And the same right here. I'm going to cut it to the inside. Now this one I'm going to cut to the right side of the score line. The other one I cut to the left. Okay, don't throw this away because I used, well, I mean, I didn't think you'd really throw it away. I mean, do we ever throw anything away? Hardly ever. Okay, so if I did that right, this is going to be the inside, and I wanted the polka dots on the outside. So that's pretty much it. Now you just fold and decorate. So this one folds up like this. This one folds in like this, and this one folds up like that. Now this is thicker paper, so it is cracking. Okay. My paper is cracking. Yours may not, but this is thicker cardstock. That kind of stinks, but it is what it is. I can go back. I think I've got a deep red ink. I can ink that. But my thinner cardstock did not. The problem is it was one-sided, and I had to ink around all of this, and which she did too. She inked it and then cut down her papers. She actually tore down her papers, her decorative papers. But I wanted to try it on camera with you in a video. I wanted to try it with 2 double-sided paper, so this is thicker. And anyway, I'm going to round these corners. I think I'm going to try, I have this one. This one is the middle one. I'm going to try that one first. See if I like that. That's the only corner I'm going to round. But this just provides this little flap. This one is already getting a little dinged up, but it also is not as thick a cardstock either. So I've been kind of fiddling with it, and you see how easy it just opens and closes. And so the more you work it, the easier that will get. And so now I'm going to
I'm going to fold this over. I'm going to use a little strip of something. We're going to make a little pocket. This is why you cut away the score line. See how you can still see a little bit of my score line? You cut that away so that when you fold that over, you don't have that. So technically, I could trim a little more of that off right here. But I'm not going to worry too much about it. I say that. Let me cut a little bit of it. I can't see it on this side. I can only see it on that side. So it doesn't really look like I need to cut. No, I'm going to leave it alone. Decision made. I'm going to leave it alone. Okay, so we rounded the corners. The corners. And I'm going to look in my... I do have some decorative paper that I might want to cover some of these. I have this. It was Cozy Christmas, My Mind's Eye. I also have, because you don't have to use 12 by 12 paper for this one. You can use, I can even use this 8.5 by 11 paper pad that I have. Because this one, you're just cutting down papers. So like I could use that. That actually would still be good for journaling. Look at that. So you could use stripe and journal on it. That's not a bad option. In theory, you're going to cut your if you're going to cut your pieces, I cut mine to 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. Were they a full 4 1/2? No. They were not. Why did I say 4 1/2? 4 1/4 is what I meant. 4 1/4. Let me change my little... I knew that didn't sound right because the overall dimensions of the whole thing is 4 1/2. So I cut my pieces 2 3/4 and 4 1/4. You can, like she did, she just held her paper up to it, tore it, and then glued it on. So let's see if there's some paper in here that we want to use. What I started to say is obviously if you use a 12 by 12 sheet, you know that you're just going to have to cut one strip of 4 1/4. By using 8.5 by 11, I'm not going to do the math. But you may have to do 2 strips, but you'll still have plenty just with one sheet. She posted this as a one sheet wonder because this actually you can make 2 out of 1 sheet. And technically speaking, you could take, if you liked the back side, you could take this piece and make this your decorative paper. But there's not enough difference. I didn't have a piece of double-sided paper that had an interesting enough background that I wanted to do that. I kind of like this. It's not too busy. Love the Christmas trees with the cardinals. Oh, I love the cardinals. That would be pretty. And I have this cardinal in the one of these has a cardinal in it right here. See the cardinal? Let me check, because this has a very white background and my clip art does not. Actually, I think all of this is going to have a fairly white background. I like that one. Let's see what we think of that. And I could have had all of this decided by the time I got you on here, but what fun is that, right? It is very white, but it's not horrible. That's pretty. That has a... the only problem is when you cut them small, you're barely going to see that they're ornaments. If you're going to do the whole thing, let me give that some thought. Let's look through this My Mind's Eye Cozy Christmas and see if we find something we like better. I love this glitter bow, the glitter bows. Those polka dots are too big. This one is okay. It has the red, the green, the black and white.
That one's pretty. That one's pretty. And that has a more neutral background. It has kind of a book text background. This one's pretty. These have a little bit more cream background. I think that's going to match our clip art a little bit better. Or our ephemera, not clip art, but we're so used to saying clip art. These little packages are fun. Kind of looking for one that also looks a little retro. I really don't have... Oh, that one's cute. I love this paper. I really don't have one that has a real retro look to it. And I could have printed off... there were some full sheets that were available. Let me see this paper pack. And then we'll quit looking and we'll just decide. We have Santa's. This is pretty. This might work. It's just postage stamps. I'll keep my finger there. We don't want the blue. I really want something with green in it. Well, like Christmas trees. Oh, I took my finger out of that spot. Oops. Now this actually, the blue and the, we don't have to use green. We're not committed to green because some of our ephemera has blue in it. Like these. But most of it has the red and green. Yeah, most of it's just the red and green and gold. So we'll save the blue for another day. This is pretty. No, that's got the blue. That's cute, but a little not quite what I'm looking for. And snowman. We're going to go back to the... I think we're going to go back to this postage stamp. And I think that we'll be able to make this work with one strip. So I'm going to cut my strip down. Yeah, that looks really good. Now, it is a little busy, so I don't know how it's going to look with some of our ephemera. But maybe we don't decorate it with the ephemera too much. Whereas if I had picked... which one was it that I like? The Christmas trees. I mean, like this right here would have been a little more, not as busy. It's the safer option, but I want to go safer, right? And the bows obviously would have worked. Those green trees. No, I think I'm happy with their decision. Okay, now let me get all these 500 paper pads out of my way. Now that I've looked through paper pads for however many minutes. I'm going to bring my cutter back. I did not take it off my desk. It's right here. It's just buried under... Wish those would stay. I love this trimmer. This is the Tonic Studios trimmer. And there's little features on it that I like because the ruler is down here and up here. So I can see it. Especially when making videos, you can't always see if it's just at the top. So this is at the bottom. I know you can't, well, you can a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to 4 1/4. And there. Which 8 1/2, that cuts that exactly in half. So you have enough to make 2 of these things with one. Well, we'll see how the 8 1/2, 8 1/2 by 11. We'll see how that works. Oh, I got rid of the cutter too soon. Sorry, my bad. Bring it back, bring it back. So now we're going to cut them down to 2 3/4. Sorry for all the clinking. I think for Christmas, I'm going to ask Santa Claus for I have a cutting mat, like a green one, like you actually, from Fiskars or whoever. I think I'm going to try to get one of the black and white mats, the craft mats. And then there's not as much dinging that happens. I love the glass surface for some things, but for some things I don't. Okay, these I'm cutting at 2 3/4. Just double checking, measure twice, cut once, right? So let's see how many we get out of this one strip. I'm hoping we get 4. If we don't, that's okay. 2 3/4, 2 2 3/4, because like I said, I did not do the math. And would you look at that? It's perfect. 2 3/4. So out of one 12 by 12 piece and one 8.5 by 11, and I'm sure if you did the math, you already knew it was going to work out perfectly. One 8.5 by 11 sheet and one 12 by 12 sheet, you can get 2 of these. So it is technically a one-page wonder if you want it to be. And so we have these. We have this option. You can cover all of them like this. And then what I'm thinking I'm going to do, or you can leave them off and save that for another one. And I've got some coffee dyed paper. And let me see if I have some that's lighter than that. That one's a little lighter. This one's not lighter, but it's smaller. Oh, here we go. This one is a little bit lighter on this side, or part of it is anyway. And I have some coffee dyed book paper, and tea dyed might work better in this situation because I think tea dyed makes a little bit lighter. Oh, I have way more than I need. I meant to put some of this up. Okay, so I'm going to tear this. And because I don't want it to be, I want it to be just in the center. So I just want, that's 4 1/4. I'm thinking like 3 1/2. What do we think of that? I'm going to tear a strip off so that I have the torn edge. I'm going to tear a big enough strip off that I'm going to actually use it. Actually, let me do it this way. I don't want to just tear a little itty bitty strip. And I'm going to use my grid lines to try to do it somewhat straight. That would work. This may still be too dark. So let me put this up to here. And I'm going to come to maybe right about, let's try this. Do we like that width? I like that. It gives you a little bit of journaling space. And you still get to see the print. Now, obviously, you could do them, you know, if you don't like the paper that you're using, you could do it where it only has a smaller border. But I think for the purpose of this project, I'm going to cut it like that. Or tear it like that. So, yeah, I like that a lot. Let's glue these on. Now, you don't have to do these at all. You can skip that part altogether, or you can use it to decorate this side if you really wanted to. You can beef up whatever side, you know, whatever you want to do. The decorating is totally up to you. And I could skip some of this. I could put this on like every other one. And just put the coffee dyed paper right here. In which case, I would tear it to make it a little bit bigger. Like maybe this. Right here. Like that. Now, I think the way that she did it, that Pam did it, was she left the bottom one open for you to journal on and then decorated these top 3. So, like, if you wanted to put pictures in here, you could put the pictures on top of the pretty paper and then just journal down here. What do you think about that? Rather than covering up the paper like that. Let's do it like that for simplicity's sake. And I don't even know if we're going to use any of the ephemera. I think I want that. I think it's a little thick. And it certainly is not straight. Let's see. No, it's not straight at all. Let me see if I can get this a little, straighten this edge up a little bit. Nope, it's gonna slip. Nope. I bet you I could tear it down though.
a hair. Maybe if I do it this way. That's going to be kind of hard to tear up that little itty bitty piece. I might have to either cut it or leave it the way it is. Yeah, we'll leave it. It will be just fine. So you can do that. You could put like grid paper here. You could put... I'm going to have to straighten this up. I have to. I'm trying to be okay with this. But it's just not working. I apparently cannot tear straight. I really usually can't cut straight either. But I think tonight my cutting might be straighter than my... Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, it's okay, though. I don't think my cutting's any straighter than my tearing. That's why I have a cutting board, you see. So, let's get to gluing, and then we've got to put on our fastener and art glitter glue. And let's see. So, we're going to put all of these on like this. This is quick. This comes together quick. Once you decide on your paper and you make those first couple cuts and scores, the rest of it comes together very quickly. I just complicated it because that's what I do. And I'm messy. I'm messy. So if you like some messy crafting and an occasional scatterbrain moment, then I am here for you. Let's see. And I've got glue on my finger, and I just rake it right down the paper. And scooch that down just a ooch. Scooch and ooch. This art glitter glue, it doesn't take much. It really doesn't. I'm trying to put that one. Okay. Well, sliding it drags your glue across the paper too. There we go. And then I do think I want this. It's not too horribly crooked. It is, okay. Right here it is a little bit. Now I got out my better scissors so that I could cut straight. And I don't think it made a difference. But it's okay. It is all good. And like I said, you could go ahead and put this piece on here and then come back and add your journaling spot and your whatever you want. So, but for right now, I'm going to do this because I've already done one the other way. And the fastener that she used, she cut out, I'll go ahead and start telling you that, so that when we get there, you'll already know this. So the fastener that she used, she cut out layers of cardstock or cardboard or whatever. I cut out some packaging. Not with that. Let's see. I've already done this. I used, this was my Dawn spray. And I cut... I did not have a small enough circle. She used a much smaller circle here, and I think that would make a big difference. I did not have this 1 inch and a 1 inch one was the smallest one that I had. So she cut and layered a couple of pieces so that the height, as a matter of fact, I might need to do one more, although I did these ahead of time so that they would glue. Or that they would stick, because what you want is right here. Now we're going to cover it. You want that right here, and then that lifts those other 2 layers, lift the top layer, and it holds your twine. So let's find a pocket first. This is the strip I have off of the other one, and to be honest with you, I think I kind of like it. Unless we see something here, and we don't necessarily have to have a pocket on this front piece. So it's this one. Well, no. I'll be gluing it on upside down if I do it that way.
I love this little lamb. Now you can decorate this. You don't have to put a pocket on there. I was thinking I would use either this joy tag if I made a little pocket. I also could cut this little label and that would make a very cute pocket. I think it would be the perfect size, to be honest with you. Not this one, this one. So it won't take me 2 seconds to cut it out. Okay, 3 or 4. But until I got here, I really wasn't sure what. And I also wanted to show you the printables in their whole, in their entirety, although I did not print all of them off. Now, there we go. Now she would ink this. And if I had, all I have is my green ink dauber. Well, let's do it. Let's put some green ink on it. I'm not a big inker because I don't do a lot that's retro, or that's, not retro. I love retro. Ooh, I got too much green on it. Okay, so now I have to put too much green on the rest of it. That's okay. I like the green. And anyway, yes, this will make a pocket. It's not very wide. I mean, it's wide, but it's not as wide as if we were to cut this strip. So you don't have as much, ooh, but wait. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. I was wondering what I was going to use for decoration on this flap, but I really like that a lot, I think. Okay, so I'm going to glue that on here. And then we'll cut a strip of this other, this little pinstripe to, hold on, I have to be quiet while I'm gluing. I can't talk and glue. Some people can't walk and chew gum. I can't talk and glue. Okay, so I am going to cut this one right about there. It is 5 o'clock and it is time for the road, not my road, but the road. I'm going to glue this on 3 sides. It's time for the big road, which we can hear all the road traffic. It's getting busy. So ours is like a sub road off of the main road, like a service road almost. So this is not going to go in here, obviously, but see, we have a little tuck right here, a little pocket, and we have that, and that looks good. And what else? We need to find something to go on here, and then and we need to do it pretty quick because that's gonna take a little while for the glue to stick. So I need something that I can cut out. Nope. This was my, I think this was my 1.5 inch punch. No, it was not. Okay. I think it was my 1.25 inch punch. Yes. So I need to find something that I can cut out on one of these that I can decorate the little circle. So there was I printed off all these little circles for a reason. And I think I love these little angels. This whole thing is going to get lost on that. So I'm thinking I might be able to reach. No, I can't reach it. I'll have to cut it down. Let's see. Hopefully I can reach it doing that. I'm thinking, let me open that up so you can see too. I'm hoping that we can get, no. I was hoping we could get that whole Santa. Let's see. There's another way to do this. Have another one of these circles. We can get most of Santa. We can get most of that. The angels fit almost perfectly. But I think I want Santa. Now, how do I get Santa? Well, let's cut them out so we don't wreck anything else. And then we're going to have to cut down this. Is there anything else that I think that I would want instead? Let's see. That's too small. Did a little lamb's head. We could do that Santa. Oh, he'd fit perfectly, actually. Yeah, but he has part of a clothespin on his head. That, you lose that context, and then you'll be wondering for the rest of time why Santa had a clothespin on his head, right? So, now we also could take a punch of this stamp, you know, our main, I also could do this. I could take a, ooh, that's different reds though, never mind. I could take, I'm going to take this Santa. That's what I plan to do, and I'm going to take the Santa. So I'm trimming him down. I'm gritting my teeth while I'm doing it, hoping I don't cut it too far. And can you see too? Come on, Santa, get in there. We're going to lose the little ball on his hat, but it's okay. Oh, I like him. Okay, so we're going to glue. It keeps running away from me. We're going to glue this to here. That's going to look really good. Oh, that's cute. That's super cute. Okay, I'm going to put up my, put the pen in my art glitter glue here before it dries out. And I'm going to bring out my Fabri-Tac because this is a very slick surface. So, I'm going to put that as close to the edge as I can get. And obviously this is a circle, so it doesn't have an upside down. You know what I'm saying? Not at this point. It will in a minute. But the Fabri-Tac takes a little bit longer to glue. I think that's raised up enough. Let's see. And again, I have the issue with my red and green twine. I may need one more of the small punches. Where's my, here it is. Dang, I thought I had this all worked out. Whoop. I have these things all over my room now because it, yeah, so this will make 3 of these, and this is pretty thick material. Now, also keep in mind, as thick as you're going to make this, it's going to be that thick in your journal. So, the brad was really easy to do. I obviously didn't have to wait for anything to dry. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. I need the clip because I need to clip this down like that. And come on, I need you to stick real quick. And we're gonna go ahead and glue this on, and we're gonna let both of them dry at the same time. There we go. Now it matters upside down, right? Do I want it to hang off a little? Maybe a little bit. Offset it just a hair. That's cute. Oh, that's cute. And that little accidental green ink trim around there, I think it turned out, I think it really accentuates, nope, I think it really accentuates the green around Santa's hat there, the greenery. Okay, so we are going to, when that dries, we're going to tie this around here. That will fit just nicely. And I should have done this before I played with, well, I really couldn't. I'm going to loosely put this around here. And then I'm going to wrap 1, 2, and then give myself enough to wrap this around here. I'm going to hold it so I don't put it underneath 1, 2. I'm going to cut it right about here. I can always trim it. There we go. I had more brads, and I was going to use that wreath. Wasn't that pretty? I've had these for several years too, and just went through my, if you didn't see that video, I went through my whole Christmas stash with you, and I dug it out.
And so I figured that while I was digging it out and going through it, because some of it I haven't had access to, it's a long story, but some of it I haven't had access to for a few years. And so I had to reacquaint myself with what I had. I'm afraid that, I hope that's dry. This can get a little fiddly. I'm tying a knot and I sucked it up under, see how it goes up? Let me zoom you in a hair. Okay, I tied a knot and I sucked it up underneath there, right? Sort of. There we go. And then 1, 2, and wrap. Wrap around. My wrapping skills are not that great. My if my smaller, the underneath, you want that smaller circle a lot smaller than mine, if you can help it, because, and I'm gonna trim that. And you only have to wrap it once if you want. You want that one to be smaller so that you can coil your twine around more times. You only have to really do it once and it'll hold. Okay, so let's take this off. Let's open it up. You open it like this. Oop, I need to zoom you out of hair because I got all in your face. And then, boom, you just drop it down like this. And so when we go to use it, we can, like I said, put pictures here. I was going to cut some of this out, and you could make pockets in here. You could put another strip here and make pockets. You could decorate the inside of this if you wanted. Again, that's not the right color. It's not the right red, but you could decorate the inside of this. You could do, I could cut this one out and make a little journaling spot right there. If you wanted to do this for Christmas Day, you could put December 25th. Although I think there was a cuter one in here somewhere. I love these bingo cards, but they're too big. These little tickets. This little angel's adorable. And I've got some candy canes. I won't make you sit here while I'm cutting all this out. But you know how you can decorate it. So I think I would use this. I love this Jingle Bells with this little duck and this ho ho ho. So these are not fussy cut scissors. Neither are these. I'm going to do the ho ho ho. I'm going to see if it'll even fit. It might. Oh, this Oh What Fun is fun. Oh What Fun is fun. And I'm thinking that if I cut this out really quick, it's not really a fussy cut. It already has a little border around it, like for a kiss cut. So, you know, there's a lot of wiggle room. Oop, oop, oop. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm not sure if that's, yeah, it'll fit. So how would you decorate it? What would you use this? How would you use this? I'd love to hear your ideas in the comments. And I can't wait to make some more of these in different colors. And I think these will be a really fun addition to our journals. So if you aren't already a part of my Facebook group, it's Messymissycreates on Facebook. And just look us up. There are some questions to join just so that we keep it real people and real crafters. It's some very easy crafting questions. And it almost doesn't matter what your answers are as long as you answer it, if you know what I mean. Isn't that cute? Oh, this is really cute. Okay, the little clothespins stick up too far, but isn't that adorable? That looks good on any of them. So, tell me how you... Oh, we didn't cut out anything to put in here, though. That's cute. This might be cute on the front. That's super cute. Oh, but if you're going to use this and glue it in the back, you might not want to decorate that side. if you're going to glue it on your journal like this and then open it like that. So, and you could technically put pictures or journaling all along here if you wanted, because they're all going to fold up in there. And then you got this little pocket right here. You can stick some fun little ephemera in it. Obviously, I would stick a tag, not something hanging by clothespins. But I just wanted to give you the idea, and you run with it. But if you make some, I'd love to see them. You can post them in my Facebook group. Tag me on Instagram. It's Messy Missy anywhere you go. So I hope that you enjoyed this. There we go. We wrapped a whole lot better that time, and I need to trim that. And I hope you liked our little project. And if you do, give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. I appreciate you being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.